call you back in 5 minutes. Yeah, thanks. Okay. One more, go ahead. Are we on? Okay. I want to finish off here. Again, the point of the shiur that I gave about this topic, of Nisgala Avona, Lo Nisgala Avona, Lo Nisgala Ketzam, right? As long as the Avera, as long as Hashem is hidden in the world, it'll be very hard to see the Avera. That's what I believe the Gemara is telling us. And the more hidden Hashem is, the more difficult it is to change the Avera. Now, I believe, right, again, it's hard to change the whole world, right? And I'm not claiming that I could do it, but I believe it needs to be done. And who's doing it? So, there's a famous story about the Panovich Rav, right? The Panovich Rav, he was the Rav who built Panovich. So, when did he lay down, does anyone know when he laid down the brickstone, the cornerstone for the Panovich Yeshiva? When was it?
1944.
What? It was the day before Rommel, the desert fox, he was supposed to enter Eretz Yisrael, right? It's the day before. And people said, you are out of your mind, you're absolutely crazy. And he said, you know what? You're right, I agree with you. He said, but it's only crazy people who get things done. Now I was thinking, I heard that story many times, but maybe that's what stopped it. Maybe the fact that Panovich Yeshiva, starting at that time, the Schus Torah stopped Eretz Yisrael from being destroyed. A person can't be afraid of things which look impossible. Rabbi Gershon Elstein has said this so many times, and has repeated so many times, and it's so clear. It's so clear. People accept today that if someone does something to accept you, get upset. That has to change, right? The status quo has to change. If it doesn't change, then it's just going to go on and on and on, right? Chazal tell us, because of Sinat Chinam, we don't have a Beis Hamikdash. Sinat Chinam means any hatred which is unjustified. All hatred, not of Rishonim, is unjustified, right? So we have to put an end to it somehow. I believe that changing the status quo is really the way to go. That rhymes. Okay. Certainly, being ruggled to say Kol Ma'adav Rachman L'Tov of it, when something bad happens, that is the formula that Chazal gave us. Yeah, right. If someone does something bad to you, right, and Lamaisa on Shabbos, I had a certain experience. Somebody did something bad to me. I said Kol Ma'adav Rachman L'Tov of it, and Lamaisa, it just passed very, very quickly. Yeah, that's really what Hashem. That's the Nesoim. He said, Adam Rishon plunged the world into a situation where Kadosh Baruch Hu is hidden in the world. Yeah, Lo Nisgala Avoinam. It's averes which are done in a matzav, in a situation where Kadosh Baruch Hu is hidden in the world. It's much harder. We're living in a very difficult generation. Rav Yochanan said, "Put me in any generation. Don't put me in the last generation before the Gula comes." We hope that's where we are now. Yeah, we hope that's where we are now. But it's very, very difficult. We really have to work very, very hard. And unless Klal Yisrael changes as a whole, it's not going to happen. As long as everybody thinks it's absolutely fine to get upset with somebody who upsets you, then we're not in a good state. So Kadosh Baruch Hu should really help us. And again, we need great siyata d'shmaya. Anybody who is listening to this wants to get in touch with me at dytravis613@gmail.com, dytravis613@gmail.com. Please do. I'm looking for ideas, and I'm looking for people who are inspired about this, want to make a change in the status quo. It can be done. It might be crazy, right? Because one of the hardest things to do is to change the way everybody thinks. But, look, you go to Bnei Brak today, there's a Panovich Yeshiva, right? It's a very big yeshiva, And there's many things which people said that they were crazy, which are happening today. So, I was always told the example of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken? They have one here in Ben Yehuda Street. He went to 1,000 people to sell his recipe, and they all said no. They said, you'll never make anything with this chicken stuff. Yeah? And today, it's very successful. Lamaisa, the Gra said, Akshan u'matzliach. If we have akshanis about this, and we push hard, and we work on it, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give us bracha b'ezrat Hashem, and we'll be zoiche to the gula b'kar of a man ken ratzon. Okay.